Want an easy way to add contrast to your menu? Add Sugar Foods crunchy toppings to your salads, burgers, bowls, and more. From crispy onions and crunchy jalapenos to wontons and then some. These toppings could be your new superpower. Check out the full lineup at sugarfoods.com.
Starbucks spring lineup is colored in pastels. The owner of Pollo Tropical has acquired another chain, and an activist investor at Portillo's is gearing up for a proxy fight. Welcome to Restaurant Daily, a quick look at the industry's top stories from the editors of Nation's Restaurant News and Restaurant Business. I'm NRN Managing Editor Leanne Zinsmeister.
And I'm RB Managing Editor Heather Lally. Starbucks spring drink lineup is pastel colored. There's a pink iced cherry chai with cherry cream cold foam, a purple iced ube coconut latte, and a collection of lavender beverages returning after a successful run last year. The coffee giant is also introducing its lightest blonde roast yet, the Sunsera blend, targeting the majority of customers who prefer light over dark roasts. On the food side, there's a warm jalapeno chicken pocket and a flaky rose pistachio twice-baked cornetto pastry.
The owner of Pollo Tropical has acquired another chain. Authentic Restaurant Brands, or ARB, has acquired Tavern in the Square as part of a recapitalization of the chain's parent company, Broadway Hospitality Group. The deal, which is ARB's fifth in 5 years, gives it chains with revenues topping $1 billion and earnings of $150 million. Along with the acquisition, ARB announced that Chairman Alex Macedo would take over as CEO, while former Chewy CFO John Howie would become CFO.
An activist investor at Portillo's is gearing up for a proxy fight. The hedge fund Engaged Capital on Monday nominated 2 former Salad & Go executives to the board at Portillo's, saying their expertise is needed to revive slumping sales. The nominees include Charlie Morrison, Salad & Go's former CEO, who, before that, helmed Wingstop and brought huge shareholder returns there. The second nominee is Nicole Portwood, Salad & Go's former CMO and a marketing executive who worked with brands like Tito's, Mountain Dew, and Live Nation. Earlier this year, Portillo's added Chipotle president Jack Hartung to its board. Engaged Capital said that was a good move, but the activist investor would like to see more change. Portillo's, meanwhile, on Monday rolled out its first ever loyalty program, which lives in guests' digital wallets and does not require an app download or remembering a password.
Steve Ells has reworked the concept formerly known as Colonel in New York City. February marked the debut of Counter Service, a mostly sandwich concept that will replace Colonel at its 2 existing locations and add a third coming this year. Like Colonel, the new counter service is designed for efficiency with small storefronts served by a central kitchen. Unlike Colonel, counter service goes all in on meat with elevated sandwiches stuffed with house-roasted beef, pork loin, and other proteins. COO Tom Cortese said counter service will also play down aspects of automation that brought Colonel into the headlines. Instead, he said the company plans to talk more about the food.
Speaking of food, can beef tallow save Steak and Shake? The burger chain started using beef tallow for its fries at all locations, and Sardar Biglari, chairman of parent company Biglari Holdings, said the company is making other quality improvements. It comes after the chain closed 200 locations since 2018, including 31 restaurants last year. Operating earnings at the chain decreased 23% in 2024, Biglari said. The decline in profits prompted Steak and Shake to overhaul management last year. Steak and Shake shed locations in every ownership tier, including company-owned stores, franchise partner stores, and traditional franchisees.
The most common item at the NAFEM show last week was not fryers or refrigerators, but screens. A lot of equipment at the North American Association of Food Equipment Manufacturers show featured screens. But the restaurant industry and vendors are still trying to figure out what to do with them. Meanwhile, the gas-electric debate raged at the event. Chefs continue to favor gas even as induction technology improves. And the potential for tariffs at the federal level hung like a cloud at the event. For more, check out restaurantbusinessonline.com.
Blackbird is bringing its restaurant loyalty software to the blockchain. The company, which offers a loyalty app for local restaurants, last week launched Flynet, a blockchain-based payments network. The alternative to traditional payment processors will allow restaurants to get lower transaction fees and better data from customers. It will also allow restaurants and customers to use loyalty points like cryptocurrency with the option to cash them in for US dollars.
And that will do it for today's edition of Restaurant Daily. I'm Leanne Zinsmeister.
And I'm Heather Lally. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of Restaurant Daily. Rate us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and subscribe. Want an easy way to add contrast to your menu? Add Sugar Foods crunchy toppings to your salads, burgers, bowls, and more. From crispy onions and crunchy jalapenos to wontons and then some. These toppings could be your new superpower. Check out the full lineup at sugarfoods.com.